Oh shit, I'm here. Shee. I exist in this realm. My Spotify shit low as fuck. There we go. Let me get into a better spot. There we go. That's pretty good. Shee, we here. What's bumping? I only got like 3 fucking levels so far. So I'm only doing so much. Damn, you had a headache? I feel that. I was technically got one like trying to come its way, but I'm telling it no. So that is the reason I am here and chilling, even though I probably should grab a drink that doesn't make my head that won't make my head spin. But ain't much I can really do about that. Oh, and my controller got disconnected. There we go. I'll do that soon. What we're gonna do is technically I should be doing this in the level editor, but I feel like just doing it within like the little arcade mode first, and then I'll just make my points known in the editor in a second. Oh, all right, we're already starting off going quick. Oh, what the fuck? Alright, that threw me off a little bit. Can't lie, but we're chilling. Oh, those are boost panels. Okay. I see, I see. Alright. Oh, oh. Oh. I won't lie to you. This one is fun as fuck. Hold on, wait a minute. This one's pretty nice so far. Oh, whoa. I don't know if I had so much lag there. Oh, what the hell? That opened up to something? Well then. Alright, alright. I need to get better at my my quick turning in distance. I used to be crazy good at that. Okay. All right, we kind of moving through it. Holy. Okay, I won't lie to you. That was low-key fun as hell. I will say a few things, right? Because that's always what the stream is meant to be. Few things. Goddamn, some things came in way too fucking late. Hello, thank you, Domo. This is Distance. It is a indie futuristic racing game with probably the most advanced level editing system ever, because you're literally just in the Unity engine itself making levels. This is why I make the joke. I get a lot of my game development and level design skills from this fuck ass game. Which, funny enough, you joined the stream while I'm basically going to show off a little bit of that knowledge by just doing feedback. Which, let me get back into that. main thing for Sunchip, because this is Sunchip Games level. Some things were not warned quick enough to me personally, right? Like when I hit the like the little button on the track that opens the shortcut. That one that may have just been a first time play kind of thing, because this is judging off of sight reading, right? That could have been like first time playing type of thing where I didn't have much time to notice it was a thing before I already had to like make the turn kind of stuff. So I'd say that's one of those, like, I feel like it happening sooner would have been good, right? Like, actually, like I said, I have the mod that allows me to open up levels that I've subscribed to. So let me go ahead and do that. Let me open that bitch up. I love when the game has to load all of my editor mods. Yeah, looking at the clock. Ah, there we go. There we are. Let me open it up. It was Rocket Raceway. What the fuck is it? Where are you? Rocket Racer Run. I don't know why I call it Rocket Raceway. This ain't C2GP. Here we go. Here we are. Alright. Let me just turn these on low for a second. Alright, and let me see if I can find where you start at. You start at here, right? Yes, you do. This is where you start. Cool, cool. Alright. So, I already made a few adjustments, which the main one I get into. Well, let me get into small ones real quick, because I already talked about some things not being told at a time. The main one, in terms of like the gameplay of the track itself, fantastic. But, with a capital B. Wait, feels like it was a little too bumpy in some spots. Like, there were spots where it felt like, even if I'm holding the thrusters, like to grip, and slowing down, I'm like about to fly and drive on a fucking wall. I'm about to play Mario Kart like 8. Like, we really about to play Mario Kart World in this game? Like, holy. Like, I'll try to... Oh my god, the camera. I love old game cameras. Like, I'll try to find some examples, right? Let me go into the test mode. Right? Like, I'll go into the test mode. Right here, this plays out pretty smooth. Like, I like these. I do admit that corner, the indications, the arrows for that corner might need to be, I don't know. I would have made it bigger or glow a little bit more. But that's just me. Right? Like, it's pretty good in some areas. But they have areas like that, where it's like, holy shit, I'm about to get flung all over the place without much warning. Or more of like, there's not enough grip to keep me on the track before it just slings my shit all over the place. Which I believe if this is the right spot. Yeah, it is. Here's what I do, right? Because I see the vision. Oh my god, there's too many stuff here. I see the vision. But. Here's a cool thing you can do. This is what I usually do in a lot of my levels. Whenever like something like this happens, I'm gonna get this cool thing called. Why did I call it a fire zone? Jesus. If I can type, Jesus Christ. It's called a force zone. All right, I'm gonna get this. Whoops, I put it in the wrong area. Everyone loves force zones. They're great, pretty good. Now, I won't say every single spot on the track, like it has an incline needs this. Typing's not the budget for this episode. You alright? We ain't got money out here. I type in my mind. Type like willpower. So first, let me like shrink this slightly and make it a little bit bigger. So it's a lot easier to kind of make my point known, right? So we're gonna make this wide and turn the wind down to 150, right? Direction is going to be straight down. Like negative 50 should be it. Yeah, I think it should be negative 50 unless I'm right. I think negative 50 should be fine. Make it a little bit bigger. All right, because this is me showing a decent example of something I would have done. Now let me put my car like right here. And let's get to testing, right? So now we going, I'm at full speed. Whoa, crazy. Look at that. Like, you noticed it, right? If Sunship, you're still here, you noticed I no longer fly up in the air anymore. I'm no longer just getting flung up right towards the wall. I'm not about to play a whole new genre of a racing game. Like, I even show, like, just the before and after, right? I'm gonna put this down here. Play the same part, same way I did. All right, do my thing. Funny enough, I did that turn so much cleaner. That's funny. But even then, you notice that when I first played it in the arcade mode, it was a lot less stable. Especially how sharp the turn is. Like, it's a really sharp turn on its own. So adding something like the Force Zone that's like at least negative 50, like 150 wind speed, pointed down, it keeps you on a track without really impacting your speed too much. So now I don't have to worry about, like, oh, if I did it wrong, or I took the turn kind of wide, I'm gonna like fly right off the turn and just hit the wall kind of thing. Like, no longer a problem. We're not just sitting there, right? Now, you can put something like this on every single incline bump if you really want to. It's not fully necessary because some of them did have at least enough room to, like, you know, save you in case you do take it wrong, you kind of get in the air. But that's more related to if you go to a section where you're holding grip, but it's too steep for, you know, the grip to keep you down. That's the reason I would say, like, at those little force zones. The other few things, right? Because I would say this track is gorgeous. Oh, right, yeah. I keep forgetting I have, like, the editor mods. Because I've used the editor mods before I even got into level editing. Like, that was one of the first things I got when I got into level editing. So I'm just used to having it. So if you don't have the mods, unfortunately, just do like 50 and then flip the actual, like, force zone by itself, I would say. That's gonna hit. I mean, unless you use Thunderstore, it's not hard to get the editor mods now compared to back then. So it's quite literally just a click and run. But I'm not gonna force people to mod their game just to do the editor. Oh, yeah. Just like that. Like, Pines is much better when it comes to, like, the vanilla game editor kind of thing. Like, everything I'm showing is going to be really, like, using the mods for ease of use. Pines would be the one to be like, here's how you do it in vanilla. But still, as I was saying earlier, this track is gorgeous. Aesthetically, it looks nice. I like the theme. As I said, Suntrip, good lord, I get jealous of your levels every time because, like, the design creativity is unmatched. Like, these fucking walls, bro. Brother. Oh, that is gorgeous. I wouldn't even be able to know how to do that shit. Well, nope, I don't even know how you be doing it. Oh, my playlist is... Why did it do that? Okay, I was about to say, like, I went to Spotify to reset my playlist and then decided to play E Stadium. Like, the fuck do I look like playing E Stadium? That mid-ass track. But anyways, yeah, track looks gorgeous. But there is something, and it has nothing to do with the, like, the pure visuals. It's the checkpoints, right? This one I don't have to go in too deep into because I talked about this the last Distance stream I did. And since these levels were, like, you know, published already, I'm not expecting you to just go back and update the level to add, like, a bunch of tiny little changes like this. unless you want to. But it was mostly related to just having these not have collision. They're out the way, so the chance of you running into these tiny little pucks and exploding is low. But, you know, like I said, turning off collision and adding the little floating effect for the flying checkpoint, just something I would always recommend doing. Like, that one's always going to be pretty sick. But the main one I want to get into, if I could find that part, here it is. This bad boy here, this little section here, is my only major complaint, I would say, for multiple things. The first one, and this could just be me not paying any fucking attention, but seeing how many people exploded in the Ghost replays, like playing the level the first time, I feel like these arrows right over here, which I don't know if they're grouped or not. Yeah, there's the sign. I feel like this is a stellar idea, but in a strange way, they kind of blend in. I know it doesn't really sound like it makes sense, because like, okay, they're distinct, all right? But first time I played this, in a weird way, they kind of blended in, all right? They didn't make themselves known compared to, if I go to the other section, like these arrows over here. Like, these are gorgeous. These are amazing. And the fact that they move, that's really stellar. But going back to the sign, they're kind of just here, all right? Now, one thing I would possibly suggest, if I know what made these arrows, and I feel like these are cute. Are these made with cubes? Am I going crazy? Did you make these arrows with cubes? No way. Hold on. Instead of using the hierarchy system, let me ungroup them and see if maybe I was being insane. Because in that way, it's much easier. You actually made them with cubes? No way. Oh my god. Wait, maybe not? Oh my god, they are! Cubes and wedges. That's actually sick. Indeed, as Pine said, having a light source near them would draw more attention. Because so far, there's nothing really drawing my attention to the arrows. They're kind of just there. And there's usually a couple of things I try to do. If I put these on combine. Alright. A fun one I used to do, I wouldn't say do this nowadays, because, you know, there's a reason I don't do it anymore, was I took the Emmet color for each one. Which I hate that I forgot how to make them all combine together. Ah yes, the copy and paste. Right? I would take the Emmet design, the Emmet color, and just make it glow. In a weird sense, it seems unnecessary, but it can draw your attention, alright? If I can remember where the car is, well, I can just search it up in the, yeah, level car spawner. Let me put it like right here. Yeah, it'll make them pop out a lot more. So let me go to the test. Well, I knew we do that a little bit because, you know, I've got my brake button. You notice how one of them you can see it a lot better. One of them is a little bit more glowing. It kind of has a reflection. So if I go back and notice it, I notice the arrow on the right a lot faster than I would notice the arrow on the left. Like, I take the corner, the first thing I'm going to end up noticing is that arrow. Even when I pause the game, you'll notice the arrow on the right is a lot more popped out. It kind of brings itself out more. So that way I know, oh shit, I can't just go straight. I actually have to turn. Because as you see from the pause menu here, it doesn't really look like there's anything next to it. Like, in a strange way, if I put the camera right here, it feels like there's nothing here. There's nothing to turn to. It's empty. It's just walls, right? That's only because it's, you know, the way the textures work, and I have my game set to a lower texture resolution, so some of this could be on my end. All right, I'm not a professional. I'm just a goober with talents, I guess. But still, you have to take these turns, especially how sharp they are. The borderline 90 degree. When you zoom out a little bit, especially when coming in a car, and let's say if you're playing first person, you ain't gonna see shit. You're not gonna even know there's nothing there. Right? Now, there's not much I can strictly say you would need to do to fix that. More of just have these pop out. Which, having one have like just the yellow be much brighter and more in your face, fixes half the issue like on its own. Like, I'll go back to the editor again, do it in first person mode. Like, now I notice, oh shit, the yellow arrow, it's glowing, I gotta take a turn. Cool. But the left one, since it's, you know, a little bit more there, feels like it's drawn out. Feels like you're not really gonna notice it or see it. And that's kind of just what it is. It's just a case of make it pop. Just brightness. The other part, which I had, you know, noticed again as I was testing that out, was this little shortcut here. Right? This is actually sick as fuck. I love the idea of this. I don't know how much faster it is compared to going around, but I do know turning in distance does just make you slower slightly. So it is kind of faster, and it does have a force zone in it. I would say this bad boy needs to come much earlier. Like, yeah, this, like the event trigger for it, a little too late. It needs to come significantly earlier to me, right? I feel like if I move it back a little bit, let me just move it. I can move it all the way over here. And let me take this one. And make this, that's 68, open a 70. I couldn't fucking this up because, you know, there's a bunch of tricks that I don't do too much on my end, but this should get the idea right. But turn to 70. You know, it's the yes. There it is. There it is. Significantly better. It warns you way ahead of time that, yeah, that middle section, you activated it. Now you get to go in a shortcut. The original version happened so late that by the time it even happened, I was already getting ready to take a turn so I don't crash into the wall. That's really the only thing you gotta do when it comes to any type of events that indicate like a change in the level. You gotta make it happen soon enough where it gives the human brain time to react to its existence, but not too late where it kind of kills the, I guess, the surprise factor. You want to surprise the player, but you don't want to just jump scare them with something new, especially when they're already about to like turn so they don't crash, you know, into the wall like they did the first time they played the lap. So really, it's just make the event trigger like earlier. Like, you want to have it where it just warns them way ahead of time. That's what makes these things like significantly easier and a lot better for, you know, most players, especially if they're playing in other like viewpoints like first person or VR. Because a lot of us tend to make levels and we're used to like just testing them and playing them in the third person mode. We gotta remember there's people that's going to either prefer to play like the game even in first person with a controller or straight up play VR. So you gotta kind of keep in mind of every single perspective. Because if every perspective is able to play the level without problems, everything's chill. There's no issues. So that's like the last thing I'd say I truly have for this specific track. Because everything else is really nice. Like, I like the little details. I love the skybox. I adore this. Like, bro, I'm still in this. I'm gonna steal this technique. This looks actually really sick. I don't know why I never thought of doing this. Like, the level itself is pretty fantastic. It's just tiny little kinks of just, you know, keep track of how bumpy some parts of the ground is, especially with, you know, the grip. Because you gotta remember the big thing. Wait, the red one later is kind of screwed up. Wait, really? Oh wait, I think I see what you're talking about. Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, this is not in. Well, at least that one has nothing too bad about it. I would probably smooth it out. But you said the one before that. Let me look at this one because it's the one you mentioned. Doesn't look too screwed up to me. Unless I'm missing something. It doesn't look too bad to me. I mean, whatever it might be, it might not be too noticeable. I have to look more head on. Trying to see if maybe I'm like unobservant as hell. It doesn't look. It doesn't look too crazy to me. Like, this is one of the moments where sometimes some mistakes people just legit won't notice. Like, we're like the creator of the levels are usually going to be the one to notice those tiny mistakes a lot more than someone who never made it. That's kind of just what it is. So, it looks fine to me, but overall, yeah, this level is great. I like it. Just a few things. Remember, sharp turns and inclines without a force zone do not like each other. The physics do not like it. When the arrows are pretty much touching on each other. Hey, that's fine. Hey, let the arrows have a little bit of friendship. I didn't notice it. I was too busy trying to take the turn to notice. I would say though, this one is a little bit funny when you look at it from above. You realize, oh, it's not lined up. If I can find the invisible spline. Man, I love this game's old ass editor because I can't find the invisible spline here. There it is. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, the invisible spline is right here. Okay, there we go. I would say a little interesting thing to fix like the issue of it just the way it looks. Oh my god, bro. I just want to click on the track node. Thank you. Let me just move it a little bit. Yeah, that's it. That was it. That's all. Just shift it a little bit. Now it looks a little bit less wonky. Just move it up and shift it. Like, if you ever make like corner turns and you want like the visual spline or any other spline to kind of just match the curve, literally just put everything together. Yeah, sometimes you just miss it. See, my autistic ass always notices this when I'm working on my own levels. If you ever want them to just be symmetrical, just match where they are, where they're placed on the grid. That's it. Like this one, for example. Even though it's not a big deal. Let's say you want to make it symmetrical. Just boom. Match it right next to each other, like almost like they're like best friends. I'm talking. They need to be on like a kind of like a similar axis. Like, you know, we got one that's negative 28, negative 29. I mean, that's not 100% perfect, but if you actually seriously work in the level, you just pick the same number. Like, actually, you know what? I'll just do that right now. Just show it. I'm gonna copy this. Go here. Paste. Boom. Symmetrical. Same thing with this one. Copy this. Oh, this one. Oh, whoops. Whoops. That is not the right one. I copied the wrong one. I meant to copy this one. That's 69. Nice. Boom. Symmetrical. And just keep going with that. Just based on what axis the tracking node is on, just make them the same. And everything would just look smooth, symmetrical. Even though it's not gonna be perfect here for obvious reasons, because the road itself is a little, twisted, a little wonky. Especially because, these two track nodes are not on the same, grid. Not on the same line. Some of these are a little bit more nitpicks, if that makes sense. This is just a case of I'm looking at it and it's like, damn, now it's bugging me. But it's nothing really, worry about in the hindsight of things. Sometimes a little asymmetry goes a long way. Sometimes it just looks nice. But overall, it looks pretty good here. Everything looks great, plays great. Just bumps, if necessary, out of force zone. Keep the player on the track, on the course, and everything works out fine. So Rocket Racer Run, yeah, that bitch is fun. Bars. This one I'm gonna get to next. This one is gonna be interesting. Ruined Realm by Mr. Pines fucking self. Which, before I get into it, I realized I keep getting notifications about ad breaks, and I used to try to turn off ad breaks for these specific streams. Can I even do that while the stream is going? Because if I can, that'd be really nice, because I would like to not have the stream interrupted. There we go. Yeah, I was able to turn them off. Alright, the ads are turned off, so you don't have to worry about that. But Ruined Realm by Pines. Oh boy. I'm lacking ideas. Finish up the routes. I know that feeling, bro. I showed Eruption Realm the other night. There's a reason it hasn't been finished yet. Yeah, I remember you said there's no checkpoints or nothing. Oh, no cooldowns. Oh yeah, I remember. The interesting thing about this track is that it's pretty much explorative. You just find your own way to get to the end. I remember you was explaining that when you was showing off in DC one time. Here's the interesting thing about Pines. Pines is a fucking magician with this editor. I'd say I'm tempted to say Pines might be a secret game level design in a professional way. Because some of the shit he be making is ain't no way you just a normal dude making workshop levels for an indie game, bro. You got experience. Oh, whoa. Where does this go? I feel like this doesn't go anywhere, or I'm probably just going crazy. I feel like it probably goes somewhere specific, but I don't fully know. Ack. That makes sense. Yeah, there's probably just no routes. Shit. Oh, let me just... First off, oh my god, I crashed. And there's no checkpoints, so I can't just respawn where I want. I should just open this in the editor. But first off, this water... Jesus Christ, man, this is fucking gorgeous. I'm actually kind of mad I never, thought of a way to do this water effect. Wait, is it? Hold on, let me see if I can, Oh, it moves! It's actually flowing. And I'm mad because I feel like I know exactly how you did this. I just never thought to do it. That's fucking impressive. Let me get out of here. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, let me actually do this in the editor just so I can turn off the cooldowns. Because good lord, the amount of time I'm about to overheat. So I have it in my ruins room. I have this in the editor. Yeah, I could just go to the editor for it. That way I can just go to level settings and yeah, have the infinite cooldown on. Oh wait, I know why the infinite cooldown is not on. It's the fucking launch area. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the room start zone. Yeah, it doesn't have the cooldown enabled. Yeah, there's ability trigger in it, so I would have to just go to the car spawner and just make you start here instead. So that way I could just enjoy the level without not have to worry about this. Like I do flips every 20 seconds. You know, doing flips is always nice in this game. You really can do tricks on it. But still, I remember checking this level out when you first showed it off, and I was like, holy shit, bro got ideas. And the fact that there's like a million different routes you can go, still impressive to me. Let me see. Oh yeah, I remember this is the little bridge that technically goes right up here. This is already pretty sick. But yeah, you did say you come up here and there's like no idea what to do with this route. Let me think here. Let me see. Let me see if I can use my puny brain compared to Pine's for a suggestion. I feel like, especially if you're gonna do transfers and still keep platforming, I feel like you can just kind of copy these blocks that we're on and kind of have you like do a sort of platforming, if that makes sense. But I feel like if it made you platform or something like that, that'd be pretty sick. That'd be pretty cool. Or you could just add like a little inside the temple kind of room. But if this is the ruins room, if I remember, the ruins room had this whole thing where you had to solve puzzles. I don't know, you can make it like a fucking puzzle room. So you can just make like a little puzzle room, like maze or whatever, that like let you go up. Like every time you complete a puzzle, you can just get to the next floor and just keep going from that. That's one thing I feel like you could do for that area. That might be a lot of extra fucking work though, so that's up to you if you want to listen to that. Like, don't forget, I'm the guy who makes like, oh, this is a cool idea, and then forget how much work goes into making said idea, and that's why I have a level not get finished for like a month. I'm technically going backwards, but oh, whoa. I enjoy extra work for no reason. It's part of the fun. Real. And I crashed. Let me take some other routes. All right. What the hell? Oh, there's no route here. Hey, none here. Oh yeah, there's a way. Up here. Bounce. Yo! Oh fuck. Oh my god. I did that poorly. We tried it again. Yeah. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's cool as shit. That's cool as hell. I love that. That little effect. Yeah. What the fuck? Oh, you're supposed to... Are you supposed to, like, turn your car, or is that just didn't go high enough? Oh yeah, you were supposed to turn your car. Why did I do that? There's no checkpoints. Fuck me, dude. I keep forgetting that. Now I gotta do the whole section all over again. Alright, now let me do it. Let me go down here. Turn. Yeah. I know. I've noticed. Oh, damn. I missed. I missed. So, let me just turn around. Try that again. Okay. Fuck, I missed again. See, I'll admit, this one's harder to really give real feedback or suggestions solely for the sake that you're literally like the LeBron James of level editing. It's hard to really be like, hey, here's a suggestion or feedback when it's like, who knows if whatever he did was probably the vision. I can't look at it and be like, this is a problem. It's like, damn, that might be part of the vision. Maybe my skill ain't there. There's some shit like that. There we go. Oh wait, did he just? Oh, they fucking move? Oh, that's sick. Because, you know, skill issue aside, I would say that little, like, green button section right there, I think it's just, I don't know. I feel like making it more streamlined, if that makes sense. Like, it felt a little too easy to jump up there and miss it each time. But that's, like I said, it's my own opinion, my own suggestion and feedback. True, but I don't want to, like, give you a problem that's, like, probably not even a real problem. But if I were to say it, yeah, like, this little thing here is just a case of... Let me try it again, alright? I even... Probably fuck around with an editor in a second. Go here. I jump it. Oh, fuck. I missed. Like, the reaction time I had to, like, actually land it was fucking short. Like, goddamn. There was no room. It felt like there wasn't enough time. You know what I mean? Let me do this. Let me think for a sec. Let me just... Yeah, where you roll kind of matters for that one. That's true. God, Jesus Christ. My PC. It is... Bro, it is begging for help right now. Let me just do that. Bro, it was asking God for mercy for a second there. Yeah, you definitely got a better PC than me. Because all the stuff you built, I looked in certain directions, my frame rate dropped. But anyway, so this part. This little thing. Alright. Only thing I would say, based on it, if I can select the correct cube, is literally just if I can hit the right button, we just do that, put it down, then I'll just edit in the low FPS. Nah, you right, the low FPS is part of the game plan. Like, right, do that, and wait, hold on, I just noticed something. I'm going crazy. Okay, I'm not. Okay, technically because of this, let me just for the aesthetic, this doesn't even matter for anything. This is just because I kind of changed the cube, so let me just change the aesthetic so it matches. Alright, so this part, if you make it bigger, slightly. What if you can jump up here? Hey, okay, that did something. Yeah, that definitely did something. Like, there's a little bit more room to just jump up on it and be like, damn, there's a button there. I gotta get to it. Because originally it was a little bit too little time to react to it. And since it's not really big, like, it's only like this little... Like, the hitbox for it is kind of small. So that means by the time you had time to react to it, you kind of already like, oh shit, I'm on side. Might even narrow the platform itself. That could also do it too. Like, let me just do some shit like this. And I don't want to narrow this too much. But I feel like even having narrow might actually do some well with it too, actually. This might actually work out too, right? If you had the reaction speed, even I fucked that up. I feel like with the right reaction speed, the narrow path basically tells you, I need to make this block. Just the block itself. So making a block means you're more likely to just have a higher chance of these getting launched towards this section than to just fly straight up in the air. And then just, you're gone. That's it. It's over kind of thing. So yeah, just having it like fling you, just in general, at least gives you more insight to be over here in this section. Rather than just either being sent in such an awkward direction that anyone who's playing in first person or isn't cracked at the game is more like he's gonna be fumbling in the air like a bird without a wing. Sometimes it is better to put someone in a situation where they're at least going towards the next section than not being able to get there at all. If you look, you may look ghetto getting over there, but you over there, you know what I mean? We here. I would say though, like, in terms of the details and shit, and like the actual design and the fucking monuments, stellar. Holy shit. This is why I call you a magician. Like, bro, at this point, this ain't even a fan level, bro. At this stage, bro, just make it... You can just make official levels for games. And this is just the Unity engine. Also, this plane here. I'm gonna let you know now, I'm stealing this bitch. I am thieving you. I'm boot ganking your shit, bro. The most devious lick of all time, bro. Oh my god. This little flow? Oh, this flow is gorgeous. But, with a capital B. Because I am who I am, and I am also overly ambitious, what if, right, you don't have to do this at all. I don't even recommend it because it might look ugly if you do it wrong. What if, add a scale. Turn that to 1. Right? We're not done yet. We're not done yet. The translate vector? 0.4. Right? Hear me out. Hear me out. Test animation. Oh, shit. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. I didn't think it'd go that fast. I did not know it'd go that fast. Okay, hold on. Hold on, let me... Oh, it's because of the scale. Yes, the scale. Okay. Let me just turn that to 6. Okay, that's too fast. 9? Oh, right, because it's scale. 0.1. Alright, and we just put this to 0.2. No, 0.3. And maybe make the duration 15. Hear me out. You get some really crazy waves. All right. Here's the thing. I keep it making it funnier. The bump strength. You have on 0.05. Turn that bitch to 0.015. Holy, hold on now. Now we're really getting some water out here. Now it's getting wet. It's flowing. Now if I disable bump, yeah, you can't see a huge difference. It was already there. But add a little bit of that extra. And turn on the scale animation, just have it really small. Because you might want to turn up the duration, because, obvious reasons. Dog, you can't tell me. There's some interesting happening here. it's pretty stellar. It's pretty neat. Granted, this is like I said, it's a suggestion. I'm just doing the most quick ghetto example of like extra little water waves to kind of give that slight illusion that's a little bit more realistic. Even though it doesn't need to be, per se, it does, in a sense, kind of give a bit of a cool ass flow. Cool ass little water flow, little water texture. Like I said, that is suggestive. This is a suggestion. It's subjective. I'm pretty sure, based on just the way you already made it alone, that's probably fine. That's the way you already do it's probably fine. But that's usually what I suggest. That's kind of how I like to like mess with water if I want to make it look more realistic in a sense. In terms of like, oh yeah, because you mentioned that this is not solid, right? We go all the way down here. I was able to like go inside of it. Was it this specific one? Was it this one? No, there was another section that had water that I fell in. Also, oh yeah, lava, there it is. They're all non-solid. Okay, bet. One thing you can do, alright? This is another one of those moments of just suggestion. Let me, okay, I gotta wait. But let me grab a force zone. Which you more likely already done this. So, I'm not doing anything that you probably don't know how to do already. Actually, I might do it over here. Because I already made the funny little changes. What's under here? Okay, no, it's not deep enough. So I'll just do it on this water section. Let me get the force zone. Put it here. Put it on 50. Put the wind to 160. No, wait. It should be 175 if I'm going off of like a bit of memory from working on another level of mine. Right? And if I can... Where's the middle of this flame here? There's the middle. T-Lopes, my goat. Always makes banger music. But let's go and increase that a little bit more. This ain't perfect because it's quite big. A little too big, actually. Holy shit. I didn't make it wide, actually. He's not too wide. Move a little bit. This should work. Put it a little bit lower. I'm doing all this little tiny bumps and movements just to see if this will work out. All right, for my suggestion, my idea. We get the level editor car. Put that bitch right there. Let's start it up. Right, got water. It's non-solid. You go in it. It's like you're floating. It's maybe non-solid, but it's floaty. It's water. Even though I don't have the force zone high enough, that kind of gives you the feeling that, you know, some buoyancy. You could use gravity instead, though. I know people who use the gravity feature of the force zones for this. The only reason I use wind a lot is because I feel like with... Let me put this on one... let me put it on 200. Only reason I use wind because a lot of times I feel like, depending on how you're trying to play the level, you just want to like bounce forward. So let's put on like 200 for the wind. Yeah, that way it just knocks you up sooner. There we go. It's water. Bouncy. Ooh, I'm back on land. Like, I'm gonna drive through the water. Oh, I'm on land. Holy shit. You know what I mean? That's the suggestion I mean. Like, you don't have to make them solid. Hey, bro, you just put 4 zones under here. There's all new water sections. You put 4 zones under the bitches. And then anybody who falls in it, it's like they fell in water and they're just floating. Because, hey, you gotta be able to... The acceleration cars are probably light as shit. To be able to do all the funky shit they were doing in the series, them bitches had to be light. So, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty decent. Now, I'm not gonna put a 4 zone under every water section to like show, like give you an example, because some are pretty shallow. So if it's like really shallow, you don't even have to do that. But if it's like something with like a little bit of a deeper end, like this one, oh yeah, that'd be cool as hell. That'd be pretty sick. Now, I'll admit, exactly, more excuses to boat. Everyone loves becoming a boat in distance. Who wouldn't want to do that? Now, I'm just... Holy... You and these details, bro. What the hell are these stairs? Oh, wait. Oh, wait, I know this texture. Oh, yeah. I remember I did that texture in one of my levels. What the fuck is this? Oh, my... Oh, Jesus Christ. My frame rate. My frame rate. Let me just do, like, test animations. Ah, yes. I love knowing when this level comes out, my frame rate's gonna tank. And I say this as a positive thing, because this is so fucking cool. This is why it's so hard to feedback your levels. Like, I can't do this shit. I say I probably can, but I don't know what you be doing. It has a face. It walks like an actual spider. Like this nigga really came in here and made just a whole new game within the game. But yeah, I don't have any real suggestions for this part besides this. Nah, this is sick. A funny thing though is I don't know, I feel like when the balls are rolling and this little creature turns with the laser, it could just like slice the balls, but that would just be something funny more than anything like coherent. Like, I'm 100% sure that it's not coherent, so I wouldn't say go for that. Excuse me. Oh, there's where the end portal is. Yeah, it's like the laser isn't on. I can tell the laser isn't on all the time. Quite frankly, it feels like it being on all the time would be kind of nutty. Flying around near it. Bet. Before I do that, I just need to admire this. This is fucking gorgeous. Like, the things you do. Like, I love this little waterfall, which I'm pretty sure these are animated. Oh yeah. This looks so nice. One thing I will say though. That's really just it. This is a stickler side of me. Don't take this too serious, because don't forget how much I fucked up doing shit like this in my own level and no one notices. You can make the little splashes just bigger, right? Because if the waterfall, especially if this is gonna be like a really shallow, well, not really shallow right here, based on why I zoomed the camera in. Oh yeah, it is shallow. Okay, so if it's gonna be really shallow, the water is gonna hit a ground a lot sooner. Oh, I didn't know I can do that. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know Control A and Control B changed like that. Well, I'm keeping on Control B. Anyways, yeah. I feel like with this, let me see if I can find the scale. Oh, the scale and Right, increase the time to what is? Nope. Too high. I'll put it back on 1. All right. Direction length. Yeah, this works. This works. Right. Like obviously, this is just me kind of fiddling with it. But to give an example, like if it's landing somewhere that's meant to be shallow, a cool detail would have it, the water splashing be much bigger because it's less for it to like dump into. It's going to hit basically the rocks sooner, so it looks kind of nice. Granted, I don't know how much it'll impact performance and if it matters to people notice it, because this looks cool as hell anyways. But I don't know, part of me likes being overly realistic with some of my designs. So it just looked cool as hell having it be much bigger and splashing harder because it's landing somewhere shallow, right? And because this one, but these are also landing somewhere shallow, or these are landing on the rocks, right? So technically you would do the same here, but I feel like with it landing less structured, like it's more rocky, you can't just leave it be. You might be able to just leave it weak like that. But it's up to you. You can have it where, depending on where the 3 of these are, like this one right here is not as deep. I mean, this one's a little bit deeper, while this one has a little bit more of a shallow finish. You can have the 3 of them have different sizes. To have like, okay, this one's on a more shallow rock, so yeah, it's going to splash more compared to this one. That's a little bit, more deep end. You know what I mean? Hell, we can even do the funny thing of... let me just grab this. I know it's particle, so I don't know if this one obeys gravity. It does. Okay, it does obey gravity. All right, let me do that. And oh, whoops. And put the global toggle on. All right, global toggle. And not as easy. It is not as easy to show what I'm trying to do, but you can kind of like rotate it. So, the lower shallow end has a bigger splash than the deeper end. So it kind of looks like one side is being splashed earlier than the other. It's like tiny. These are really tiny details. These are like stuff that the player will have a low % chance of noticing. But if they do notice it, it's really fucking cool. But at the same time, I don't recommend heeding that advice 100%, because then you turn out like me, where you have a level that hasn't been finished in like a fucking year because of all the tiny details you're trying to do. So, care for that. But still a cool ass suggestion. And also, I can see where you have no way of finding out where to make the end portal end. That's kind of funny. As of right now, I don't know a true suggestion on how to end the level either. Because right now, it really just depends on what other stuff you just personally want to add. Because most of my suggestions right now are mostly just little detail things and maybe some gameplay changing, like, fixes for the sake of making it a little bit, like, quote-unquote easier. Then you get shit like this that's like, holy, this looks really cool. Let me actually try this. Which, how are you supposed to get here? Oh, I see. It's transfers. Okay, so let me put the car there. Tower is difficult. Bet. Watch my washed ass try it. I got the Chronos Island lap 3 for right here. I bet you I can do it. Oh. You gotta be kidding me. Nope. Let me just... Don't worry. Oh my god, bro. This looks so ghetto. Let me fly around so I can get on here so I can at least land. Oh, I fucked it up. Oh yeah, I can definitely cheese it. But I want to see if I can kind of get it even with the little flips. Oh my god. Oh wait. Put the car down here so I can just do it like this. There we go. That's much better. Why did I do that? God damn it. I didn't mean to reset. Let me just fly over there. Oh, why did I get bounced much sooner? Whatever. Let me do like the next one that I failed the first time, right? Oh, I see. I see. You are not lying about the tower being difficult. I see the vision, and that is scary. Yeah, you definitely need a lot of control over your car for this one. Oh wait, yeah, I've got to just use the wings. Do that. God damn it! I missed it. I can just cheese it. Yeah. Land this one properly. I cheesed it, but what the fuck? That's cool as hell. Oh shit. This was the thing. I didn't even notice. All right, bet. Oh, and I see where you're going. And you can keep going forward. You can go up here. Try not to get crushed by the rocks. Oh, and there's this thing here. It's walking. Yeah, you're right. The laser isn't always on. And there's clearly nothing there. That was cool. That was actually sick as fuck. Funny enough, I do have a suggestion on something. Alright, let me just go up to the top here. Like, after it flings your shit to the coolest thing ever. Holy shit. This is so fucking dope. It even has a camera image. This is so cool. This right here. Actually, I think this one's fine. Yeah, I think this one might be more likely fine. I think the only thing I had a slight issue with might have just been, like I said, there's a bit of texture blending in terms of sight reading it. If I put the camera like here, you can see it normally, alright? But I feel like because of when you're in a zone, like you might get hit with texture blending, and it just makes you just not notice it or not pay attention to it. But this could just be, play a skill issue thing. So this one, you could probably leave it on its own. So, I wouldn't say anything you need to do for it. Like, most of this part, more likely, just take skill. Well, a light source would definitely be beneficial, though. Yes. A light source would be super beneficial. Because it at least, like I said, at least attracts your eye. Because then you gotta remember, first-person view. Everyone isn't going to be playing in third person. Someone's going to be playing in first person. So you gotta have something to track their eye, since they're not going to have as much of a wide view to see the track like us third person players. VR is going to be more realistic. Like, I remember, in lore, a human being has to drive this. It's kind of hard to drive it and do the, the funny Teku thing with buoyancy if you don't even see it. So using that little editor pen, a little light source to kind of like tell your brain to focus on that little part tells you, oh shit, I gotta jump. You know what I mean? So that's a thing you can just straight up add. God damn, this level is big. This level is massive. Ooh, a spiral? Hold on. Okay. You know what? Let me get the level car. Put it here. So I can explore this little section here. Let me see what this is about. Oh, I fucked that up. Ignore me. There we go. There we go. There we go. Let's see what we're talking about here. Alright, that. We just turn in. Wonder what is happening here. Okay. Oh yeah, and this is more the bowling ball area. Okay, I see. I'm gonna keep 110% with you, my guy. I'm gonna keep an Unreal Engine 5 with you. This section is boring as hell. This section is boring. But here's why. Everything is the same. Like all the textures are the same. The entire section kind of just blends. And again, it's much bigger than it looks. Like if you compare it where the car size to everything else, it's really big. It's really long. This might just benefit from just having more decoration, more decorative stuff. Maybe add like, you can even add like an obstacle or something like that, maybe. I wouldn't recommend it because it's hard to sight read. And that was in third person. I cannot imagine first person trying to do this. I'd say like, maybe add like a little more decoration. Maybe some like, maybe have the column have some like animated texture. Like maybe make it something like more technological or something like that. Who knows? But just this section just needs more. The plan is to add obstacles. Oh, then, hey, there you go. Well, when I meant by add obstacles, I was talking more of the case of like this spiral. Like adding obstacles on a spiral, depending on how you do it, can either be, you know, pretty good or a nightmare. And here's why. Let me go. Oh my god, bro! I did not mean to double click. Let me go back here. Put the car down. Turn it. And you're gonna see what I'm talking about, right? It's going first person. Let's do the in-car first person, right? I can't see shit. I don't see anything. I can't see anything. All right, and most people in VR are playing like this. Bro, I have no ability to see nothing. Yeah, if you do obstacles on a spiral, they're gonna need to be either warned like way ahead of time. Like there's got to be something to kind of like warn you, like some type of indicator, or you're gonna have to just make the obstacles come in the straight section and have the spiral have more like an animation or something like that, or at least some visual to keep keep entertainment. Because otherwise, you add like obstacles on this spiral, right? Like let me even show you an example. Let me show you a crazy example. Let me grab an obstacle and just put it like a random spot. Let's say like right there. And let's go with this. All right, this is just a random like little in-game obstacle. Not even trying to make nothing special. Let me flip it again. Let's say you have this. Let me put the laser down. Something like that. And make it more inside. Yeah, this is just a really ghetto thing to show. But let's see you have an obstacle right there. Like even just the default in-game obstacle. Playing in first person, let's say VR, gotta look around. Right? Maybe I'm looking around in the VR, I'm like, okay, this is cool, it's a spiral. Damn. That's crazy. The car gets sliced, kind of thing. Now, that's not the greatest example ever, because, you know, I kind of put the obstacle really wide. It's not really in the inside. And again, this is me playing it with the knowledge the obstacle is more likely there and already playing the spiral. Imagine someone who's probably not that great at the game playing this for the first time in VR. This shit's going, even where this is placed, it's going to smack the shit out of it. Imagine this was something worse, like one of these obstacles, or even like a slicer. Like, let's say, actually, yeah, let me use a slicer as an example. Let me grab this bad boy and flip it a little bit and put it here, like in the inside, right? Granted, this one has more has more indication. It has more of a forewarning, so it might be easier to tell us there. But let's say, like, again, doing the first person. In third person, probably be fine. First person. Oh, damn. Poor Kadeem. You know, shit like that. Now, third person, it might not be that bad. Because, you know, again, we can see everything around us. Alright, I'm already turning. Oh, slicer. Boom, I avoided it. But someone in first person, they're not gonna see that shit. They're not gonna notice that. They're just gonna just, you know, take a stroll, they drive, they turn, and then boom, slicer in their face. Alright. If you're gonna do like obstacles on the spiral, oh man, that's gonna be, you gotta really just be a little bit careful on it. Maybe even just not do it at all. Because I would even say, like, you're better off grabbing this bad boy, adding like let's say like a golden animator. All right, this is just me being real ghetto. I'm just being real lazy with it. All right, put like lower duration. Let's change the texture, right? Let's send like that into that. All right. This is just some ghetto. I'm not even putting mine into it. Maybe even make the image come a little brighter. And I feel like that's pretty good. There's a way to make it pulse, right? Yeah. Now let's add a pulse. Interval. Alright, just some entertaining things, some interesting things, right? Now let me go back to this section. This is really ghetto. This is not really meant to be like truly entertaining. Now there's at least, you know, you're just doing a spiral, but at least there's something happening, like just nearby. Even if it's just something like a small animation, there's still more than just a blank texture as you're taking like or holding your stick right. You know what I mean? This gives it a little bit more of an interesting flair. Now, I don't recommend doing this exact texture because, my guy, but like, what the fuck is this? I just threw a bunch of textures together and just said, boom, here we go. But yeah, you know, just something like that. Or maybe add like something more outside of it. Maybe put this in like a building. Maybe like have like those fucking big ass dudes nearby. I don't know. There's a lot you can do here. But it's more up to how you want to handle it. This long ass straight. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, is this a road or is this a cube? This is a spline. This is a spline, right? Yes. Okay. Oh, this is a cube. This is a bridge. Make the spiral skippable. Oh, I'm fully aware of that. But here's the thing we got to remember. A lot of players aren't going to really play levels really with the ability to skip in mind, right? Like, let's say your level does really well, it's really popular. I'll be real, only like maybe 10% of the overall players are going to even remotely have the idea or even skill to do skips. Most players, and this comes from someone who has a lot of friends who, you know, did play distance for a bit, they're going to drive this shit normal. They're going to explore it. They're not going to have the skill to do all that. Someone finds the spiral section, they're going to drive this bitch normal. Especially when they're really explorative. They're gonna draft. It's normal. You still want to entertain the players who aren't amazing at the game and not just the good players. You want to balance, like it's like I say for other games, right? You want to balance between the competitive and the casual. You don't want to just be competitive because then the casuals are going to get bored. But you don't want to be too casual when now there's no competitive integrity. You want to at least have a mix of both. So that way, everyone's at least got some happiness to it, right? So this part does look really nice in the fog. I can't lie. But if it's going to be somewhere playable, even if barely anyone you think is going to be over there, might as well have something surprising. So no matter what, your level has replayability. It's always something to come back to. Someone will finish it and think, wow, that was pretty cool. It was huge. They come to play it again, just do a new route. Holy shit, here's a new thing they haven't seen before. Like all the textures, the spiral and stuff like that. It's gonna be interesting. Right? Like this level, I feel it has a lot of replayability. Like people are gonna be coming back to this bitch consistently. So maybe even adding like the small minute details like the force zone in the water, right? And you know, obviously fixing a few things to be easier, I guess. And just adding a little bit more like interesting textures and all that. It'll give a lot to it. It'll be really nice. What the fuck is this? I'm not, yeah, it's not out there at all. Like, taking shortcuts to get the spiral is not out there. I would just always say, like, keep in mind of all the player types. Even if it's like a very, even if you think a low percentage is going to go there, hey, yeah, remember, level editing is still an art. You want to take pride in your art. You want to at least, you know, add something that seems entertaining, even just for your sake. This is mesmerizing to me. I'm looking on still so much stuff from just looking at this level. It's golly. This level is actually just overall fucking gorgeous. Also, I just noticed the giant ocean here. I believe, if I'm correct, I think, didn't I use this in my Typhoon realm? I believe this was like, yeah, we used this in one of my levels, I remember. Or at least something similar. So, I knew I recognized this little ocean. But yeah, this is like one of the sickest ruins rooms I ever seen. I can't wait for this to be finished. This has motivated me to want to... It's something I made for this one. Oh, I mean more the technique. Like, I feel like the technique, I've seen it before. Or at least, like, I think when DK was working on Typhoon with me, he used a similar technique. Well, overall, nah, this level is sick. Oh, man, I can't wait for this to get finished. Just, you know, those are the most of the suggestions I've had as of right now. The level's huge, so if I were to, like, try to look at everything, give all my suggestions, it'd be like 1 AM. I still have another level I technically want to like get to. So, nah, Pines, you still a magician. I admire you so fucking much. Like, goddamn. At this point, Refractors needs to just hire you. Like, fuck all the fan made shit, bro. They need to pay you. Whatever game they making next, they better just give you the money. Like I said, I'm not unprofessional, but I do have some insight, some ideas, plans. That and I'm overly observant. Now, next thing to get into. Royal Knights Raceway. If Sunship is still here, I'm getting to the next level you submitted. I have no idea if people submit others levels so far, because, you know, my fucking Discord is usually disabled when I'm streaming. Like, I don't get notifications. But I'm pretty sure no one sent anything new yet. So, more likely won't see any crazy levels of feedback until like later, because I'm going to do more of these streams. Yeah, because eventually, I won't lie, eventually I'm probably going to maybe shift the stream to Legend competition, depending on how long I'm still going to be like overall streaming. Or I could just stream Legend Comp like tomorrow, but it ain't too late in my time zone, so we'll see. It's bad boy. Let's get to it. Royal Knights Raceway. This reminds me of N64 Bowser's Castle. God damn. This is just beautiful. I'm really liking this. Holy shit, it's a hammer. That I almost ran into the wall. Oh, the grass slows you down. That is actually. Am I going crazy about that? No shot. Does the grass slow you down? Okay, I think that might have been certain sections. Maybe? That might have been certain spots. But if the grass like just slowed you down when you're in it. Oh man, that's a cool detail. Whoa. But oh man, this is cool. This is cool. I got too late for specific spots. Hey, I'm gonna keep it 100% with you. I relate. There's so many times where I'm like, I could add this detail for every single spot for it, but do I really feel like doing that? This is cool. This is fun. I'm liking it. I like this. I definitely probably would have gotten a better placement if I actually like played it, but that right there, woo! Oh yeah, I was just about to say that. Like the lights, the lighting makes the levels pop out so much more. Like it doesn't feel as, and I'm not, you know, I tend to be mean as a joke. They don't feel flat. The level doesn't feel like a flat color commission. Like you only had enough to afford like the $80 commission, not the $100 one. Like some dumb shit like that. Like they overall look really nice. Now let me find it. Because there's some things I can suggest. Royal Knights Raceway. Oh shit! Flashbang. I got flashbanged. Why is it so bright? Why was it so bright? Ouch. Nice. But we're good. What the hell is this? Gravity trigger. Holy shit. I see what you're talking about. First off, I don't think you need to use a gravity trigger for this. You probably could have used a force zone and kind of just no, because the problem with using force zones is they're square and these are turns. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, I'd be lazy as hell too. I mean, these straights, you probably could use a force zone instead of gravity trigger. Because instead of having to put 40 million gravity triggers, you probably could have put a force zone to just cover just the sides. Right? Which I could like show an example, but the problem is there are so many gravity triggers that I would have to remove all of them and replace them with a single force zone that is like, I don't want to just screw the level up. The details are gorgeous though. The waterfall is really nice. Wait, there's gotta be a certain setting on. There it is. This is a really small nitpicky thing. Wait, is directional? Yeah, okay, we need that on. You have it on look at camera? Watch me turn it off. Right? You may not notice a difference. Because, you know, when you look at camera, it's looking at camera, you turn it off. In a weird way, and I have no full way to explain it, it feels slightly more natural. Right? Because the waterfall is static. It's just on its own. It's just flowing water. When I'm driving by it, I'm not expecting it to really, like, the texture to kind of just face me. I'm expecting me to drive by it and it's going to just look the same. From the side, from the front, it's just going to be on its own. Again, this is a really small thing. Like, you can barely notice a change when I turn it on and off. Only when the camera moves, you notice a change, but that's just me. That's just how I tend to do shit like this. So don't worry about that too much. That's one of those tiny subconscious details. Again, I make music. So a lot of these creative choices are based on just how I handle music and how it affects the brain. It's a fucking tree. Bro made a tree. A tree that doesn't make my game lag? Oh, talent. Talented. Let me see some things. I mean, I already know the whole thing with the checkpoints. So, not much I can front about it. I will say though, again, the level's already out, and this is probably out before I made my suggestions the other night. Like, any future level you work on, make sure these don't have collision. I don't know if these currently have collision, because I haven't checked them. Let me put on cube. Okay, yeah, they more likely to have collision. I would just say, like, any future level you make, remove the collision. I did send you checkpoints in the upcoming level I'm working on. Wait, really? I didn't even see. Let me see. Ooh. Nice. Okay, I saw what you sent in my DM. Nice. That's slick. Part of my creative brain's kicking in for something, a slight cool thing you can do with a checkpoint, but I'll show that later. Trust me. Yeah, that's definitely much better. Because now it's not like, you know, right here, especially because these more like have collision. Yeah, I have a chance to just this little tiny object could just kill my race. Yeah, kind of gross. I love the little brick though. I love the little Lego brick. Now, where was I going? There was something I was looking for. Oh yeah, this finish line. Now, lap tracks are something I do not do. Right? I've not started. I've not worked on any of them. The one I was going to work on a year ago, I just stopped doing. But hear me out on something. I tried doing this at one point. If I remember what it was called. I forgot what it was called. It was like... I'm so mad at myself. That's how long it's been since I've been level editing. I don't remember the actual name of the text boxes. Was it Dev? Venture? Wait, I think I remember something. It was... If I do input... I forget what... It was the one that makes the text boxes. I have no idea why I don't remember what it's called. I'm mad at myself. Display. Okay. I can't type for my shit. For my life. There it is. Thank you. Thank you. Info display box. Yeah, like I said, it's been that long since I've been at level editing that I legit forgot like what it was. Okay, now I can do what I was planning, right? I want to show you something cool, a little thing you can probably do. This is the part that changes lap. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. Right here. Oh yeah, Pines, you should go and do that. Be healthier than me. We'll take your sleeps. Alright, so we have this. Right. I say lap 1. Now if I do this right, yeah, it should be lap 1. Let me get an event trigger and an animator. Where the fuck's the animator? There it is. All right, I'm gonna name this one. Maybe not lap 1. Maybe name the event lap 2. All right, I have to get triggered by lap 2. Put this on sliding. No loop display. Where's the... Okay, there we go. We have that. Right. Now let me get the event trigger. Audio event trigger. Let's get an event trigger, right? This is gonna be really it's gonna seem kind of complex, but hear me out. Lap change. I call this lap 2. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna make this easier on myself. Let me create a new layer with the lap counter. I'm not gonna hold you. I might even, if this works out, I might even save this and just send it to you for you to use anytime you want. I'm gonna get a ghetto version now, but I might make an in-depth version a little bit later. But let me do that, right? Input the info display box and where's the event trigger? Put these and move them to the lap counter. And put this on frozen. There we go. So that way I can have a much easier time doing this without everything else being in the way. So we have that one. We have the info display box. I don't think this should be going. Maybe going 25 upwards. All right. So on this animates, yeah, it goes away. Now, hear me out. I'm going to duplicate this. Have this be called lap 2. All right, duplicate it. I might move it slightly so it's much easier to select it. Instead, for this one, I'm gonna have this on play reverse. No, I'm gonna have this on play, on action play reverse, only none. So it'd be here. Right, have that one get activated by lap 2. So when the race starts, right? Like that'd be the idea. Oh yeah, this one needs to be. I'm just on none. No, none. Lap change be here. This be the first lap change. Right? Don't worry, some chips. We gonna really get it crazy. I just gotta make sure I do this right. So we have the lap change. And this goes to lap 2. Now let's duplicate again. This time it's the same one. And it's a like final lap or some dumb shit. This one would say, you know, final lap for the trigger. We do the same thing. Now this lap change, we're gonna duplicate it, move it upwards. Call this one the final lap change. Or it's the final lap, I think. Oh boy. Oh, that's why. Hold on. There we go. It'd be the final lap change. Now this one, this is gonna get real complicated. Trust me. Have this be lap 2. That's when this one gets activated. Sliding, a loop, play a verse. No, don't play. Play a verse. None. 25. 0. Right? I move it up a little bit more to be easier to see it. So that way, in a sense, it should have every single lap interchange. If I do this right. Yeah, let me just move these apart. Got lap 1 is when it starts. And this is the lap change. But you may think it's going to immediately go away. Wrong. We make another duplicate, but put it about here, but have it be like much higher. I call this. Yeah, this should be the lap change. And there's another reason why I don't make lap tracks, because shit like this will happen. So we got the lap change. If I get this set up right, this don't need an event trigger. This just need an animator. No, wait. You know what? An event trigger might make something easier. You'll see why soon. Name it lap 1 for the event trigger. Put some play verse, none. 25. Alright. I can put this one back actually. I have no idea where the icon is. Oh, that's the center point of the animation. It is on hinge. I need to put on sliding. That's why. Yeah, I hope this doesn't confuse shit out of you, Sunchip. But when you see the final version of this, you're gonna understand how cool this is gonna fucking be. All right, I'm gonna make it final 1. That is about right here. What this one does, this does not need animations or even a event trigger. This one is the trigger. All right, we get to about here. This is the lap change. Yeah, well, both of these are lap changes though, so I might have to change the name of one of them. I've already fucked this up, not gonna lie, but you're gonna see the idea soon. Let's say event is lap 2. I'm gonna name this one. Yeah, event needs to be lap 1. Oh, this one, lap 1. If I go here, let's test all animations. Yeah, it's gonna be really weird. Oh wait, it starts where the car starts, so I'm gonna move this out the way, like right here. Alright, it's gonna be really weird to try to get this to work. So let me test it. Okay, yeah, it starts on final lap. Oof! Because what I'm doing for you, Sunchip, is I'm gonna make what I had suggested on the idea of having text that shows up about the laps by making one for you really fast. Oh, this doesn't have an event trigger. The final lap is right here. Oh, that's why this one's delayed. So let's try this again, just to test it. Yeah, it still says final lap. I fucked this order up. Lamau. Yeah, the idea of this is kind of complicated. That's always weird. Let's see here. So, first one, just said lap 1. And that should still be there. So it needs to still be here. And, oh, I see what I did wrong. Two of these things out here. And this one, lap 1. Oh, wait, lap 2. This one should be just lap, I'm laying down lap 3. And lap 2 would be set to lap 3. If I'm doing this right. Is that one? This one should be lap 1. Okay, let me see how this works. Oh, whoops. Let's see how this works. No, it'll say the final lap. I'm gonna get this to work for you. Let's see here. We know when it starts. It needs final lap to not be here. Needs to be gone, and new final lap trigger shouldn't be here. Wait, this is going to 2 things? No. Going to that lap change. Okay. I cannot cap. I have made a severe mistake. Let's try this again. I have to get rid of all these event triggers. Well, just the 3. Just to make this easier. Alright, so we have that one there. We have all the info boxes. What I'm gonna do, since I have this one now, copy, paste it. That's gonna be a lap change. In this case, when this starts, right? This should start and say lap 1. So we're gonna have this with the lap 1 trigger. They say lap 2. That means this one. We'll say its name is lap change 1, lap 2. And that's why it activates and tells that one to go away. This one needs an event listener. That's the green bricks. There we go. Lap 1. Bruh. Animator. Not spinning. Fuck. Sliding. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. 0. Turn off the loop. Let's play reverse. It's gonna be here. Oh, oops. Oh wait, I gotta put this on play reverse, then put this on play. There you go. Then it goes away. So when everything starts, it should be up here. That means put on play. Reverse, then it activates. Okay, I got that right. Now that will activate. So we have the first lap change. Lap change 1. Now let's duplicate this one. Move it upwards slightly. This will be lap change 2. lap 3. And the one that says lap 2. Yeah, that should say lap 3. So this one's gonna be gone. Then it should activate. Which means while this one is here, make a duplicate. Put that up there. After you pass it, this is the name's lap 3, right? That should be lap 2. This one will have a bit of delay. This is a weird one. Like I said, this is a weird idea I'm trying, but that's the whole point. This one comes back, so all of these should be gone except for what display is that? Lap 1. Which means if I have it set correctly, oh, that explains it. Figure delay. Alright, so we have that. Let's go to this one. Test all animations. Alright, let's see this complicated ass system is functioning. Just let me move the car. Well, I can't move the car back. Damn it. Grab all these and just move them forward. So it'll be after you cross finish line. Yeah, there we go. Now I have lap 1. Now let's see if the lap count change works. So we got the lap 1. We're moving. Probably be easier if I just made like a test level for this, like I've done before, but I'm gonna have fun just playing out your level so you can like at least see it from a perspective of something you made. And here, oh yeah, it'll go straight to final lap, but the idea is getting there. Oh, because they're both triggered, that's why. So yeah, it's getting there. The idea is just about there. So this should activate this one. Which means technically... Ah, I see. Ah, and this gets triggered by that. So I see what I did wrong. You activate for lap 3. And you don't need to do that. So instead, error event triggered doesn't need to exist. Alright? Because you... Wait, what? That's crazy work. We have definitely done something kind of complicated by mistake. Lap 2. Huh. Oh wait, is this supposed? Anything supposed to be? We're gonna trigger final lap. Lap 2. Advanced trigger is going to be damn. Yeah, making these systems are actually complex as hell. Especially a good one. There's my old Chick Haven Rush. Just try to have auto trigger speed, slant count. And I know Creeper's Rock also did something similar. Where they made the same thing. But in this case, making this type of trigger. Yeah, that's math. But what I'm going to do is I want to select all of them. Select all and group them. And just put, call it the work in progress lap counter. And move that up here for a sec. And grab, create custom objects. There we go. So I basically create a prefab or something to work on. I'm gonna work on this for both future lap levels I'll make, and maybe clean it up and make one for you. That'd be really, really nice. So trust me, we're gonna get something nice with that down. I do apologize for taking this much extended time just messing with that. What I wanted to really show, if I can unfreeze everything, and go to the checkpoint right here. I'm gonna need to ungroup these bad boy. Right, put this up a little bit, just so I can see it. Right, we got this checkpoint. I already showed you the whole, slightly flying hoverboard thing with the whole bounce effect. You've already seen that. Hear me out with something. Here's another cool thing I would suggest adding. Right, I'm not going to group them together because it's just an example. We're going to grab something. Particle. Now you may be looking at me confused, like, what the fuck is the particle going to do? Right, I'm going to grab a cloud. Kind of big. A little too big. Let me shrink it. Let me shrink it a little bit more. Alright, we're not done yet. Make the bounds a cylinder. No, that sphere would work. I thought a cylinder, but nah, I feel like a sphere would still do justice. Make it a sphere. Now, it's going slow. Let's speed it up a little bit more. Add a couple extra particles. Let's change the scale. Well, not the average scale. Right. Let's do that. And let's do maybe alpha. Could do solid. Add. I just work. Alpha is one I want to test. It'd be really cool. Now we're gonna get the average color. We're gonna turn it. I'll use a random color. I'll just do kind of blue. Put it back a blend add. Kind of blue. We're gonna change this from the cloud to something a little bit more. Let's try something with a little bit more. That could work, but I think it's a little too loud. It's something a little bit less loud. That's very loud. Ooh, yeah, this works. This is what I want. We have this, right? Let's shrink this a little bit. Maybe change the gravity. It's directional, but it doesn't look at the camera. Okay, yeah, this is gonna need to look at the camera. Ew, directional might be a little too much. Make it a little bit bigger, actually. There we have that. I'm gonna copy this. Put it on top of this right here. Now, you may be thinking, what the hell am I doing? Boom. Boom. right? Is it really ghetto? All right. I usually would take much more time thinking this through, but I just want to give a general idea. Now think about it like this. If this thing is floating, and these two are right next to it, what if there's a small little detail that kind of gives you that feeling of flotation, that is moving? Hell, I even do the fade sharpness. I might even lower it like a little bit. Like its size. Make it a little bit brighter, actually. But change the fade sharpness to half. That way I can just... I don't think I can copy all of these, can I? No, I can't. That sucks. Let's make the fade sharpness. This is low overall. Now it might be different sharpness, but the whole point is, you know. Look at that. Oh, this one's too low. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. You can't tell me that's not cool as hell. It's kind of like a physical. It's like a visual Bluetooth. You might think, what's making this shit float? What's controlling it? What about these little buoyancy bad boys here? They're sending its energy. They're giving it life. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know the lore of like the Sunchip universe. I don't know the Sunchip verse lore. So I don't know if these have their reasons, or, you know, looking like the specific way they do. But I always thought it's kind of cool if there's something triggering a flotation device, a tiny little detail of like some type of control always felt cool as hell to me. I always feel like it'll lead to something. And then you already know, you already got the idea I had with the go to the checkpoint. I can animate within group right now, right? I believe I can. Yeah, I can't do that anymore. Thank you so much, Tribo, for adding that. Because like the centrifuge version of this editor mod would have crashed the entire level if I tried to do that. It wouldn't even warn me. So I'm glad it warns me now. You're the GOAT for that. But let's untrigger it. This is by itself, right? No, it's not. Yeah, it's only group. Alright, so that means we're gonna need to group these. Oh my fucking god. I forgot you can't select things because it's all based on the cursor. I thought the original checkpoint design personally. From that I can remember and grab a screenshot of the same checkpoint the original game came from. Hey, you can. That'd be pretty sick. But I'm going to quickly do what I did the other night. Wait, let me put it back on bouncing. Lower it. That bitch on advanced. Put it on sine wave. Not sine wave, not sine wave. Sine wave is for something way different. Easy in and out. There we go. Alright, we got that. Let's grab this, 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 and this with the checkpoint. Group them. Right, we got these bitches grouped. They're together. See, I could have turned the collision off, but again, for right now, I'm not gonna care about that. Let's go to the car. I can put it up here, so it's much easier. I can show you the checkpoint. Let's start it up. Look at that. Little tiny little detail. Again, the blue particles, they don't have to look like that if you ever want to do it yourselves. Trust me. This is a really ghetto way of doing it. But hey, and it kind of rotates. You see a little bit of a haze on what's controlling the checkpoints. And you can see the tiny little detail that I showed the other night. Little flotation. A little bit of a bounce. A little bit of float to it. Gives it a little bit more life. Again, I'm just repeating what I said the other night. So now you have something that's pretty sick. Like obviously, these are the cases of it's still up to you if you want to do that. Like it's still your levels at the end of the day. I'm not gonna make you make these changes. I'm just gonna show you cool things you can do. And I already mentioned, you know, with the grass, you could have done like for the straight ones, instead of having gravity triggers, you could have like a force zone that's just stretching across here. Which, you know what? Fuck my laziness. I'll just gravity trigger. Pray it doesn't crash me. Good lord. Good lord. How many gravity triggers are in here? Oh my god. My frame rate. Okay. Delete. Oh my god. My game was crying. Okay. Let me show you an easier way to do this. Force zone. Boom. Alright. Again. Put that bad boy to the ground. You might think, why not like 90 degrees? It's kind of just to give a little bit more control over it. This is how I worked it. Right? And this is a straight line, right? So I can just do that. And let's move this over. We have that. Obviously, don't want to have it that hard, so put this on 200. Put the drag multiplier to 4. Alright. Let me get the car. Put that bitch right there. Rotate. Cut this on, right? Come over here. Damn, I'm slow as shit. Right back to full speed. Right? Now, that's not all you can do. Grab this force zone. Duplicate. Move that over here. But you may be thinking, damn, it covers the road. Shrink. Move that there. Enlarge. Not by that much. Enlarge slightly. Cool. We're not done yet. Duplicate. Move that bad boy over here. Rotate 90 degrees. Oh, hell yeah. Now we're cooking. Let's start up. Come over here. Oh, now I'm slow. I'm fast again. Come over here. Damn, now I'm slow. I mean, it'll stack for a second. There we go. Get in the grass. Damn, the grass kind of make you go a little slow. God damn. Oh, my wheels, my tires. Back on the road. Oh, now we're moving. That right there, even though it's only for the straights, like one that's more cubed, you see how little, like, it only took 3 objects. Instead of taking 40 gravity triggers, 3 force zones. On its own. Boom. Done. Now, for sections that spiral, hey, bro, you might be out of luck. Can't lie to you. I am a little bit lying. Doing these sections is tougher, because now you have to do what I call, and I'm going to show you an example, and you're going to look at this and understand why I have the diagnosis that I do. I'm going to make these larger, much larger, much bigger. All right, Tribo, thank you for stopping by and watching the feedback session. Hopefully I get more levels and can do this more often, because this is fun. Alright. The Sunship, you can see this. You seen it. You're witnessing it. This bad boy is covering this entire side of the track. Actually, you know what? I'll even, just right now, get rid of these 3. Alright. It's unnecessary. Back to this force zone. I'm gonna go to the middle of the track. You're gonna look at this and be like, what the hell is he doing? And I'm gonna tell you, I understand. Everything is covering the track. Get an event listener. I'm gonna call this off-road. Alright, I'm gonna get an animator. I get it sliding. A loop. That there. none. Put its own place, so. Wait, no. I gotta do it in reverse. There we go. So there we go. We have that. Which means get a event trigger. Let's go. Let's get a spherical one. Right? A sphere for the turns. Because let's say you have. I can find a better one. Yeah, here we go. Event trigger, that's a sphere. Now you might need multiple event triggers for this part. Have that, duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. Alright. It's very ghetto, but call this off-road. Alright. Oh, I probably should have copied that. Off-road, off-road, off-road. Alright, all of them are here. And actually, wait, I think I fucked something up. I know what I did wrong. You are supposed to be on duration 0.5. So that way... What? What is... What would... I'm mad I'm this rusty. It was 0.8 maybe? Yeah, I think it was 0.8. I think I had it correct. Where's the car? Where's the car? There you are. Grab the car. Let's go right here. I know I'm technically going to be doing this track backwards, but this is just to kind of paint the idea. Let's go. I'm not slowed down. I'm normal. I go off-road. Now I'm slowed down. Get off-road. Now I'm back to moving. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't hit immediately. But if you're going off-road for too long... Oh, wait. I think I'm going backwards. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, now I'm going the right direction. Let's say I go off-road. I was slowed down. Now, that's not the most cleanest example. Alright, that's not the cleanest. But the whole purpose is showing that once you hit the off-road, there's triggers. Instead of having a million gravity triggers, you can have just some decent sized event triggers, especially spherical ones from turns, that when hit, it activates a global force zone that slows you down entirely. And the moment you leave the zone of the event trigger, you're back to normal speed. So that way, you don't have to put a bunch of objects around to mimic it. You could just put event triggers. Like, I'll just put it again, like, here. Alright. Put them again. So that way, let's say I go off-road over here. Now I'm slowed down. I come back over here. Now I'm speeding back up. Now I have the trigger. I can just come back over here. So I go over here. Oh, slow down. Same thing over here. Go over here. I'm slowed down. Even though it kind of killed me because it's the cooldown. That way, you have you have much less lag. There's less objects to worry about. Like, if I go to level objects, and let's freeze the default. You know, I made the lap counter. See how many event triggers I needed? Just this many. And this is me just placing them down in a real ghetto fashion. Not even like really planning them out or spacing them. Even though they clip into the track a little bit. That's probably not great. And you don't have to put them in every single section. You can just put them in certain like spots that you feel like for example, this little part, you don't need to worry about it. Like, it's too small. But anything bigger like these, you can have like the squared force zones, or you can just put squared event triggers that once entering the box slows you down. Then once you leave, the global force zone goes away. So right here, covers everything. Normally it's not active. You touch the force zone, it's active. Now you can change how long the duration is if you want to activate instantly, if you want to go away instantly kind of thing. It does take a bit of like the advanced timing. Like you have to put this on advanced to really change the timing of it and all that. If I remember, there was custom volumes that it's a lot to mess with. But with that just means now you can have the grass slow down, but you don't have like 40, 50, 30 just gravity triggers that just covers everything and just makes extra work. Now you have much less to worry about, much less work to do. That right there will do you amazing. It'd be really nice. So that's one thing you can do. Oh, I just realized these are particles. That's fucking cool. I love that. Another thing you can do, even though this level's already out, this is just me being me, right? This level's already out. You don't even have to update the levels to do all this. You can if you want to. Either way, the flags are sick. They're very cool. But I'm going to show you some more suggestions for the level details. Because so far the gameplay is fine. It's amazing. But hear me the fuck out. Let's put this right here. I'm gonna call this open. Oh wait, no, I got a funnier name. Closant. I'm gonna copy those. Now I'm gonna grab these two. All right. What the fuck? Wait, what are these? Oh, these are groups. Okay. Oh fuck, they're splines. Oh, that's gonna make this weird. That's gonna make this kind of weird. Let me not do it together. I'm gonna have to do this separate. Because I realize if I do this with splines, it's going to really fuck everything up. So we have the hinge. Rotate that, yeah. 90 degrees. The rotate axis. What the hell? One. There we go. Alright, yeah, this is gonna be weird. There's a way to do this, right? Oh, let me just do that. Weird the way I learned how to try to get proper animations to go. So put on 90. Let me change the center point. Ew. Put this right on this part of the door. Damn. Okay. These here. I think the problem is that I can't really turn it properly. There's a way to do this with the hinges. This is weird. There was a way to do this properly. Get the center point. Move this properly. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. I just gotta understand why the hinge doesn't want to play nice with me. It's on 0. That on 0, and that means. Oh right, because it wasn't negative. That's why it wasn't negative. Oh, this doesn't need ping pong. You just need to play. Make this a little bit slower. Okay, so we have that. Now let me move this center point. Keep moving the center point so it's a little bit more in a good spot. There we go. Let me copy this. Add an animator onto the same one, but the exact same animator. But this time, I don't need it negative. Well, let me turn off the loops. Turn those loops off. And we're going to add event triggers. I'll call it closant. I already know. Event trigger. Closant. Right? So now, we're going to play reverse. None. Oh, wait. I got to put on play. Don't play reverse. There we go. Play reverse. Okay. 9. It is right. Yep. Well, let me go back and get my car. The car. Put it right there. So when we start the level, I start it up. Right now they're gonna be at close. It's gonna look a little ugly, but you're gonna get the point. Come over here. Now they open up. Again, it looks a little ugly because I couldn't really properly place it, which could fix that by moving the event trigger much sooner. Because I think one problem I'm having too is that I think it's just they're made to be open at the start, so that's why it's not gonna look perfect. But you're getting my idea. So let them be closed. All right. So level start still closed. Right here. Opens up. Now the race is really starting. You know what I mean? Like that's actually a really sick detail. It gives the vision of the level being alive. Like I know a lot of animators can make levels lag if you add too much. But sometimes adding little things like that in the environment makes everything feel alive. Because that is one small critique I do have with a lot of levels I do play, is that everything doesn't feel truly alive. Everything feels really static. Besides things like the obstacle, which this hammer is fucking cool. Everything else is static. The doors are just there. Like the doors, they're open. They're there. That's kind of it. Right? I kind of like it if it feels like the world is alive. It's interactive. There's mechanisms. Like even stuff like the flags are a really good detail. You're not already moving. Having the doors open is oh dang, I made them start. But having the doors kind of just open when the level starts after a trigger gives that feeling of it's lap 1 and race is starting. The world is opening up and letting you do your thing. You know what I mean? Even if everything else is going to be static, at least that shows you that the world is alive and not just, Legos. You know what I mean? Also, I never knew if this really hit you or not. Looks like it doesn't. Oh, I think it does. I think it's just not super hard to get hit by it. I mean, not as easy to get hit by it. But as you see, yeah. That'd be a cool thing to add. Honestly, it's going to look it looks kind of meh because the doors were made to be just open in general. And I don't think they're symmetrically aligned. But the whole idea is there. You have doors, they open up when the race starts. Like I can put on test all animations. Like I said, race hasn't started, doors are closed. Now they open up. You pass the event trigger, they open up. Now you can enter the castle. Now we're really about to get started. Just little things like this can go a long way when it comes to adding detail and a little bit of animation. You gotta remember Sun Trip. You gotta make your world alive. You gotta make you feel like you're there. You gotta give the illusion that you're not just in like a little, workshop level. You gotta give the illusion you're in a new place, a new world. This ain't I forgot what the place is called in Distance story mode. But you're not at the place, you're not that place anymore. You're in a whole different universe. Whole different rules apply, whole different things live here. Oh, and Golden Animator. When you do that. Holy shit. No, not like that. See that? Yeah, it's bump already. Zero 0.4. Oh. Zero, and put that on 0.5. Right? Let me change the texture scaling a little bit. Alright, then I want to try something. Whoa, not that kind of reflective. Yeah, there's no way to do this. Make it transparent. I lucky forgot. Yeah. Just make the water move. Like I said, unnecessary. Some of these are unnecessary details, but they kind of give the world is alive feeling. Hey, there you go. I think we go back to the Ruins realm for inspiration. We could, but like I said, I'm really just showing like suggestions, things that I would personally like add or change to a level, right? Like, it's always the tiny things, it's always the little things, like moving, like flowing water, doors opening, and all that. Because even though I know you can't jump in this level. Oh, whoops! I got started. I know you can't jump in this level because I'm hitting the button. But right here, I can kind of just stop and look at the water, and I say, "Oh, that bitch is flowing. There's water here. It's an ocean." Even though you can drive on it, look at that, flowing water. Someone who likes to stop to explore levels is gonna love a detail like this. That's just suggestions I would recommend. They're just things I think that would be really cool to add. That gives a sense of life to a level like this. But so far with everything else, I don't think I have any other real crazy suggestions and feedback. This level is already really nice. I would say like a slightly more nitpickier one is the splines in the road. This is another case of if you want to know a trick for making these, a little bit more smooth. This one's harder, but one of the tricks I did to make these smooth, to not have them kind of rigid, is kind of make them aligned like next to each other, right? Like how you have it right here. But rather than make them separate, I kind of just do like a copy, move it right next to it kind of thing, and then take all the track nodes and just make their values equal, and then kind of just like shift them based on how much is, kind of dipping and not. That's something I'll probably show later, because that is, admittedly, doing something like that is also something I struggle with. I've seen levels do it clean, but I think it just heavily depends on, how you started off. It takes a bit to get used to it. It's more just a lot of copy paste, like a lot of duplicating and moving next to each other. One funny thing I did do one time is like like shift click all of these. Whoops, not that one. Like shift clicked all of these and then just shifted them together. But it led into the problem of like, yeah, the one in the inside kind of struggled a little bit. Oh, it has these on it, so that's kind of why. But still, it depends. But actually, if I do, oh, it's Shift M. Oh my god, bro. What was the button to... I forgot the button to put these together. Was it Alt M? Yeah, Alt M. Whoops. I forgot that that's a keybind that also affects OBS. Never mind, I can't do that keybind with OBS open right now. But yeah, just putting these together, yeah, probably have an easier time kind of having them like a little more aligned with the road. So it's not a lot of, a little bit of jank you can see here. You can kind of stretch, you can have like put them together and stretch it where they're right in line with each other. Which I can actually just, you know what? I can actually just open up like the current level I'm working on to kind of show an example of that, which you've also worked on as well, so you've probably seen a little bit of it. I know I'm opening up this level a lot when I stream this game, but it's easiest to show some examples. And all of that lag. Holy shit. It is still lagging. Bro, it is lagging. It is still taking a minute to open. There we go. Jesus Christ. Yeah, don't mind all that. So let's go. A good example, this little road here. It is not the cleanest, right? But they're a little bit more in line. And the reason why, if you see the track nodes, they are exactly in line. Slightly off just for the sake of having them smoother. They're exactly in line. That's really all it is. You just make them the exact same. But granted, that's for straights. Curves, on the other hand, which I have one that I had some that curves somewhere. Yeah, here you go. Curves, on the other hand. What the hell? By the lag. This is where I understand where you come from, where these are harder. I don't know how these got fucked up, actually. That's weird. Yeah, these aren't supposed to be as fucked up as they are. Something must have written wrong when I was making the demo. But still. These, a good example of when it gets tough. But you can kind of see the start of the idea. Or like, let's see if I shift it a little bit. Move it. Do the same one for the one down here. Yeah, you can kind of see where it gets difficult. But the closer you can get is, and this is mostly for smoothness, not really just for the visual. If you don't want like that feeling of, you know, your wheels getting stuck or getting caught by jank, sometimes you can just let it intertwine, like just slightly. Not visually the greatest, wouldn't recommend doing it, but it's an example of the easiest way to kind of get curves with like the road looking smooth together. I know what you can do is straight up just make one giant spline and then have like a spline with no collision act as the texture. It's more ghetto, but unless somebody's complaining, it'll work out for you. Right? It works out in that regard. So, that's one thing I couldn't say you can do for it. Turns that are wonky. But overall, yeah. The two levels you sent me, ooh, I like them. I love them. They're great. I'm loving the lap tracks and distance. And I know you have Distance Kart 2 coming soon. Depending on how I feel, I could just make a level for it. But I'm more likely gonna want to focus on finishing Eruption Realm over anything else. If I have it anywhere, I don't know where the fuck it is. Could I have it like the demo somewhere here? Yeah. Nope, that's not the one. That's the one. Like once I finish it, I'll more likely have more motivation to be like, cool, now I'm going to go ahead and work on some other levels, new ideas. But hey, yeah, keep doing what you're doing, bro. Oh boy, it's working. I love seeing the improvement from like the newer levels I remember you sending me. I love seeing the improvement. Just remember, you gotta make your world alive. Yeah, make people feel like they're there. So far, I do not see any new levels like really being sent my way, which is understandable. Something I pretty much do start making a level and I start a new one too. I'm currently working on is finished. That's not fully true. There is times where if I go back to the editor for a split second, open this up. But besides like some of the like edits and all that, there is actually multiple like levels that I've just never went back to work on. Like there's the Mineshaft realm that I had started a long time ago. These two are only what's it called? Only skyboxes so far. Like if I go to the Hydro Grid, it's literally only a skybox. Like an unfinished skybox. I think it's animated. Yeah. This was legitimately only a skybox. That's it. I never started an actual track, actual level, nothing. I literally just have the skybox. Because the idea was really cool. I just had no easy way of knowing how I'm going to start it or what I want to start it with. So this is quite literally just on its own. I made this a long time ago and I never did anything with it. Obviously, there's that one. Same thing with Megafauna. It was just a skybox as well that I didn't really know how to properly do. Because the idea I had just felt too complex to make. Because, you know, it's probably just everything's huge. The plants are huge, blah, blah. But these are just skyboxes. Oh, here's the DS Rainbow Road one that I was trying to work on. You can see I literally just tried to get the road design going. With the loop and everything. Like, it was kind of a struggle to try to get something going. I think I even tried to make the road a fucking rainbow. And that was a struggle. So that's the lap track I might come back to. And the last one, go to Mineshaft Realm. And some people do remember this one. Was one I was working on. This is the actual, like, you know, other level that I was putting more effort in before I just lost a lot of motivation. There's a lot of cool ideas to it. Especially when you came around, like, here. You come inside, it's dark. You gotta have the headlights, blah, blah. Then there was, I think after a certain point, you go inside, yeah, this section. And this was the actual area I remember building, like, as a demo. That you had to, like, play through. And then I never, like, continued it. Because after certain points, it goes back to here, but then it had, like, the actual UND little mineshaft section. Oh, funny. You can even see the little... It's got a little fucked up, I can see. You can even see, like, the arrows that was giving you notification, like, you go here. I don't know, I felt like having the arrows made things much simpler. God damn, you can see the necessary amounts of detail I put on animations. Like, the necessary amount of details I was putting into this. Oh yeah, because I had like where animations would go only if you're in the box. But as you can tell, I never went back to work on this level like at all, because I focused on the Eruption Realm, and that one pretty much went on a pause. So yeah, you kind of see right there. I do tend to start levels while I'm working on others. The problem is that my motivation kept dropping down. I just stopped working on like 90% of my levels. That's just what it turned into. So it is what it is. But hey, doing these streams should hopefully be the cause of me coming back to the level editor a little bit more and doing more work for him. So for now, I'm debating on what I want to do next. I could just stream, you know, Crossroads related things, but I might just save a stream like that for tomorrow. So for right now, I will just end the stream for now, just for the night. Let people chill, do their own thing. I'm gonna go find someone to raid. Yeah, you should definitely go take yourself to the bed. I'm gonna find someone to raid and let the rest of y'all watch somebody play while I find my own thing to do. Oh, there's somebody I could do. We shall return with more things related to distance at a different time.